Hey, movie lovers, this is Leo.
Mike.
And Kevin from Films and Fermentation.
If you love comedy, movies, and a good drink in hand, then you need to check out the Pod Nation Media Network.
It's home to a variety of amazing podcasts covering everything from pulp culture to history and, of course, movies like ours.
And the best part, Pod Nation Media Network is featured on Roku, so you can stream your favorite podcasts anytime.
Alongside Films and Fermentation, you'll find other fantastic shows like the KJ&A podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Real Sharks, and so many more.
So grab a drink, press play, and join the fun with Pod Nation Media Network.
Because everything's better with a little comedy, movies, and booze.
Learn more by going to linktree.com/PodNationPods.
Films and fermentation, movies and inebriation. Films and fermentation, comedy mixed with taste elevation. Films and fermentation, with Leo, Catman, and Mike.
I'm in danger.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Films and Fermentation. This is episode 211. We are calling this one From Barf to Uncle Buck, a tribute to John Candy. We are paying tribute to the great John Candy because he passed away in the month of October back in 1994 at 44 years old.
Wrong. He was born in October. He passed
He
away.
was born in October. I thought he passed away in October.
I'm looking at his bio right now.
Okay.
Born October 31st.
Okay, so we're doing a tribute to John Candy because he was born in October.
He died in March 1990.
Yes, I did.
And
the
he's got a
research.
documentary coming out.
Yeah, and he does have a documentary coming out, which we were supposed to do this after the documentary, but we got our schedules like mixed up. So we'll watch the documentary at some point, though, I'm sure, because it looks really good, and I really can't wait to check it out. I think it comes out October 10th, I believe. We are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast. Obviously, we're the most professional podcast out there because we do our research. We are also the number one beer podcast on Good Pods, thanks to the Good Pods email I got the other day. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're three friends who like talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. Tonight, we salute the man who could turn a door knock into a punchline and a pancake into a personality, the legendary John Candy. From SCTV to planes, trains, and automobiles, he carried more heart than Dell's trunk and twice the shower curtain rings. We'll wander the great outdoors, go to ludicrous speed with Barf and Spaceballs, and let Uncle Buck teach us parenting via snow shovel and giant spatula. Expect cool runnings of nostalgia and warm refills of brew as we toast the big guy who made big laughs look effortless. So buckle up, grab your polka records, and if we spill our beers tonight, it's only because John Candy still knocks us over with laughter.
Was buckle up part of the pun? Buckle up.
Yeah. Buckle up. Buckle this. Don't forget to email us at filmsoffermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsoffermentation. Find all of our social media podcast links. Become part of the Films of Fermentation family. We are now part of the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku, or join Substack for our official newsletter. We are an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported. So please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members only content. That's right. For $1 a month, we'll take you out to dinner for the old 96er. Go to patreon.com/films of fermentation or purchase our merchandise at teespring.com. You can text us at 904-867-4466. Now, on to the first important matter of the evening. What are we drinking?
I want to go last.
Oh, you want to go last? I'll go first. I very rarely go first. I'm just doing something simple tonight, something that's just one of my favorite go-tos. I am drinking some Bombay Sapphire London Dry Gin, mixing it with a little bit of Starry Lemon Lime. Michael, what you got going on tonight?
So I was going to theme my drink tonight.
Okay.
So I looked it up, and of course, what comes up is the orange whip.
I actually thought about that too.
So then I got home late from work, and I was been walking around Simon Gratz School all freaking day. And I'm like, I don't have the energy to make it. So I just went with something simple with Old Smoky's peach whiskey and ginger ale.
Okay. Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip.
Orange
Evan,
whip.
are you drinking an orange whip?
I made an orange whip.
Nice.
Leave it to Megan to remind me. She goes, "Wait, is it what? Let's look it up." And we were like, "Okay." And it was like, "What was John Candy's favorite drink or something?" And it's like, well, the AI was like, "We don't know about his favorite drink, but we know he liked the orange whip in the 1980s movie, The Blues Brothers."
Yeah.
So here's how an orange whip is made, and it went through the list, and I was like, "We have that. We have that. We have that." We have that. It's almost serendipitous. So
Yeah.
I had plenty of time. I made myself an orange whip.
What is in an orange whip?
I think
And an orange whip
green.
is vodka,
Mm-hmm.
light rum.
Mhm.
The recipe also called for a little splash of triple sec,
Mhm.
4 ounces of orange juice, and 2 ounces of heavy cream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm missing is the heavy cream, which I could have picked up on the way home, but like
I think the only thing I was missing is the triple sec.
Mhm.
I could have made like a triple sec free orange whip. I didn't even think of that. I was like, shit, man. Now that you're saying, I'm like, fuck, I could have did an orange whip.
Very good.
Sounds pretty good.
Mhm.
All right. And now that we know what we're using to, none of us are drinking beer tonight. That's one of those rare occasions. So on to
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
I got to adjust the sound settings a little bit. Almost blew out the speakers on my headphones.
You almost blew my eardrums. Jesus. I'm pulling my volume down. Like, Jesus, that was loud.
All right.
1932 film, A Bill of Divorcement, directed by George Cukor, excuse me, and starring John Barrymore and Katharine Hepburn, premieres at the Mayfair.
I've never heard of this film. I'm assuming Bill of Divorcement means divorce.
I would assume. I've never seen it either.
Yeah, I'm wondering how controversial that would have been in a movie from 1932. Let's go to the next one.
1940 musical film, Shake Up the Band, starring Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland, opens.
One of like 327 movies that Rooney and Garland did together.
Yep.
Yep. Next one's a good one.
1941, The Maltese Falcon, directed by John Hudson, and based on a Dashiell
Dashiell
Hammett's 1929 novel of the same name, starring Humphrey Bogart and Mary Astor, premieres in New York City.
Good film, good noir. I always say I don't know many movies before 1960, but I do know The Maltese Falcon.
You probably know this one, maybe not.
I do know the next one. I very much know the next one.
1948, Hamlet, directed by and starring Laurence Olivier, opens in Park Avenue Cinema. Best Picture, 1949.
This is the version of Hamlet that when you see Hamlet made fun of in like Bugs Bunny and cartoons and other places, this is the version that they're usually making fun of. It's the, good-looking white guy in tight pants sitting on a castle, leaning back, going to be, not to be, like very, high class. This is the Hamlet they're making fun of. Not my favorite version. I much prefer the Kenneth Branagh one. Next one.
1954, Barefoot Contessa, a film directed by Joseph L.
Mankiewicz.
I was getting there, Mankiewicz. And starring Ava Gardner and Humphrey Bogart, premieres at the Capitol.
I thought the Barefoot Contessa was a cooking show. And
That's what I thought too. I didn't want to sound stupid though, so I'm glad you said it.
I'm okay with sounding stupid. I said the show was about John Candy's death, and it's actually about his birth. So what do I know? Next one, sir.
1955, American actor and cultural icon James Dean is killed in a car crash at the age of 24.
Yeah. Made 3 movies in his career. Still known. He's that much of a legend. Was nominated for 2 of the 3 films he was in. So I mean, like, I always say, like, I wonder where Heath Ledger's career would have went if he had lived, but like, I wonder where James Dean's career would have went if he had lived. We know the next one. We've talked about this one before.
Yes, 1957, The Bridge of the River Kwai, directed by David Lean and starring William Holden and Alec Guinness, is released. Academy Award Best Picture, 1958.
Also, Best Actor, Alec Guinness.
Yes.
All right.
This isn't the bridge you're looking for. Move along.
That movie was about the unionization of stormtroopers, wasn't it?
Politics definitely play a role.
Next one. I know a lot about this film.
I think you do. There's a whole song about it and everything.
Yeah.
1961, Breakfast at Tiffany's film, based on the novella by Truman Capote, directed by Blake Edwards and starring Audrey Hepburn, George Peppard, Buddy Epson, premieres.
Also starring Mickey Rooney in a very culturally insensitive portrayal of a Japanese man. But yes, I love this film. I love Audrey Hepburn, as I've said before. She's my favorite actress of all time. So, and George Peppard would go on to later success as
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, in 18. What was he?
Hannibal
in 18. Yeah. Next one.
1963, Tom Jones, a film based on the novel by Henry Fielding, directed by Tony Richardson and starring Alfred Finney and Susanna York, premieres at the Venice Film Festival, Best Picture, 1964.
Fun fact, not about the singer.
No. There was nothing unusual about that movie.
Nothing unusual about this at all. There's no hello.
No pussycats. No.
Whoa.
Next one.
1968, cult zombie film, Night of the Living Dead, directed by George A. Romero and starring Dwayne Jones and Judith O'Dea, premieres in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
They're coming to get you, Clarice.
Barbara.
Clarice
is being gotten in Signs of the Lambs. Yeah. Coming to get you, Barbara. I love this movie. It's great. The remake that they did in the 90s is okay, but nowhere near like the original. Original is the movie that birthed the Romero zombie film. There's been many since then. This is
Romero zombies were still slow walkers, right?
Yes. He was the one that originated the slow walker who only, driving motivation is eating flesh,
Mm-hmm.
And this one is like the zombies aren't even like falling apart, decrepit, like skeletal looking, like they just look like humans,
They look like they had a bad night's sleep.
Yeah, basically. But the thing that's great about the original film was like very subtly a commentary on racism, because at the end, the hero of the film, the black guy, Dwayne Jones, gets shot and killed because they say, "Oh, look, a zombie," and they shoot him, but he wasn't a zombie; he was just a black guy. So it was like kind of like a subtle racial commentary. Next one.
1978 film adaptation of Ira Levin's novel The Boys from Brazil, starring Gregory Peck and Laurence Olivier, premieres.
This movie is whack, I remember this came up somewhere before. I don't remember what we were talking about. We were doing a topic about something, and this kind of came up, and I was like, I've never heard of this film. I wonder what it is. So I looked it up and I watched it. And it's bizarre, man. Like Gregory Peck plays a guy who's looking for Nazis who are hiding out in Brazil.
Right.
But then there's this whole like subplot about the clone of Adolf Hitler. And he finds out that this child is the clone of Adolf Hitler and has a chance to kill it, but he doesn't because it's just a child. So he thinks like they could be raised to be something better. But then at the end, the kid like kills an animal or something just for the fuck of it, and it's like, oh no, he's going to be another Hitler, and it was like so goddamn bizarre. I'm like, Gregory Peck and Laurence Olivier were in this movie. What the hell? Next one, good one.
1982 situation comedy Cheers, starring Ted Danson and Shelley Long, premieres on NBC TV.
I've talked about this in our TV episode that this is one of my top 5 favorite shows of all time. I love Cheers. It's a show I can kind of throw on any episode and just laugh my ass off whenever I watch it.
Yep.
Another one's a good TV show too.
1985 Amazing Stories by Steven Spielberg debuts on NBC TV.
It was very short-lived, but I remember it being like pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of like it, almost like a family version of like Tales from the Crypt.
More or less.
The stories are pretty amazing too.
Yeah, there are some amazing stories.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say downright incredible as well.
That's true.
Next one, sir.
1991 Gus Van Sant's film My Own Private Idaho, starring Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix, premieres. I've never heard of this film.
The sequel is My Own Private Ohio. Yeah. So My Own Private Idaho, it's actually a really good movie, and I'm not saying this sarcastically. It is Keanu Reeves' best performance.
Wow.
Like it's a dramatic film. It's well acted by him and River Phoenix. It's a modern day take on Shakespeare's Henry IV, which is one of the reasons I kind of dig it, because I like modern adaptations. Yes. And it's actually a really good movie. It's I would say it's like in Keanu Reeves' filmography, it's very underseen because he's so much more known now for like The Matrix and John Wick and action films and shit. But it's actually a really good movie. And I think it may be the last movie River Phoenix did before he died too.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves, I saw a post the other day that John Wick is what happens when Ted actually went to military school.
So Ted from Bill and Ted becomes John Wick.
Yeah. His dad kept threatening to send him to military school. This is what happened. That's what happened. We did.
So Keanu Reeves has a new movie coming out this month. It actually looks kind of funny. It's him, Seth Rogen, and a couple other like comedic actors, and it's actually a comedy. And he's an angel who wants to be a guardian angel, but is not qualified for it or something. It looks pretty funny.
The part I saw of that was Keanu Reeves. I gave him money so you would know that money wouldn't cure all his problems. And what happened? It cured most of his problems.
Yeah, I can hear the bipedal boy in the background.
Yes, he is not happy with where he's at right now. Last week was a fluke, I'm guessing.
Keanu
Reeves is also doing a theater production of Waiting for Godot.
He's waiting for Godot.
Is it Godot? Because Megan and I thought it was Godot in the entire interview.
I don't know. It's like I saw a video recently where it was like a big debate. Like some actors who were in it say Godot and others say Godot. And it was like kind of a debate, like what's the actual pronunciation of it? And I think Keanu Reeves is doing the Godot version of it in his production. And it's what's his name? Alex Winters from Bill and Ted. Yeah, I saw the trailer for it and it looked kind of interesting. I couldn't find any like videos of them actually like performing. I was hoping I could find something. But
I want to say CBS Sunday Morning did a story on it, so you may be able to see a bit of it.
I'm gonna have to check it out then, because it might not have been on YouTube at that point. But yeah, I was interested in seeing that. Last one you got there, sir.
2007 film Michael Clayton, a legal thriller starring George Clooney, Tom Wilkinson, and
you got this.
Tilda Swinton is released. I'm sorry.
Tilda Swinton won Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for this film.
Mm-hmm. She played the ancient one.
Yeah. Not Michael Clayton, but yeah, she's the ancient one. It's a good movie. I've seen it once around the time it came out, because it was an Oscar film, so I was watching a lot of films, but I only watched it the one time. I have to revisit it. All right, that was our really long this week in film history this week.
And that was like only 3 days.
Yeah, I know. Let's go on to some.
Well,
beer
you
news.
see, for that, just going to have to get rid of like 8 of my stories and just give you one. So you're welcome.
Oh, so you didn't post the other 7 yet?
That's right.
Okay.
Kevin's here, he's here for beer. He's got news, it's beer news with Kevin.
When looking through all the beer news that there is to go through, I was depressed to see how many breweries were closing, and it was very tough for me to find any kind of story that was, not depressing. So I went with this one. Maybe not my best choice.
Only slightly depressing.
Oktoberfest reopens after deadly family drama, temporarily closed German beer festival. German police on Wednesday temporarily closed the famed Oktoberfest beer festival in Munich in response to a bomb threat issued by a man who later committed suicide. The 57-year-old suspect was carrying an explosive device inside his backpack and had set his family home ablaze earlier Wednesday, police said. The Oktoberfest fairgrounds closed for several hours Wednesday as police conducted a security sweep of the famed beer festival due to a bomb threat by a suspect linked to an explosion across town in North Munich. Police in Bavaria, the state where Munich is located, said that the suspect was believed to be a 57-year-old German citizen who, according to the preliminary findings, had died by suicide near a lake in northern Munich. The Oktoberfest grounds were reopened after police determined that the bomb threat linked to the suspect was not confirmed, Munich police said on the X platform. The suspect, who had been living in the town of Starnberg, south of the city, had been carrying a backpack containing an explosive device, a Bavaria police statement said earlier. City police said that the blast before dawn in northern Munich at a residential building, which had been deliberately set on fire, appeared connected to a domestic dispute. Sorry about that. The Bavarian Interior Ministry described it as a dispute over paternity. German news agencies DPA reported during the initial investigation a letter written by the suspect and found near the crime scene contained a non-specific threat of explosives related to Oktoberfest, Bavaria police said. A man whom police believe was the suspect's 90-year-old father was found dead at the scene. The suspect's 81-year-old mother and 21-year-old daughter, who is a German-Brazilian dual national, were injured by the incident and had been hospitalized for treatment. Specialized teams were called to the scene to defuse booby traps in the residential building. Booby traps from the area also show a burned-out van. Images from the Oktoberfest ground showed the police in fluorescent vests patrolling near barren pavement, near roller coasters and other rides and attractions that are part of the world's largest beer festival, which usually attracts up to 6 million visitors. Interior Minister Alexander Dobrindt said searches were conducted with sniffer dogs and technological tools at the Oktoberfest site. Bavaria police said more than 500 officers were deployed. This year, Oktoberfest began on September 20th, which doesn't make sense to me because it's not October.
Always
set to end on Sunday. Decades ago, Oktoberfest was the target of a deadly neo-Nazi attack. A bombing on September 26, 1980 claimed 13 lives, including that of 3 children, and the attacker, student Gundolf Kohler, a supporter of banned far-right groups. More than 200 people were wounded. And that's our lighthearted beer news for the week.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was glad we had some happy news this week for once. All righty.
Mike, had you ever gone to Oktoberfest when you were stationed in Germany?
No, that was further south, Germany. So Well, we had all different types of fests anyway, so never. And usually it's in like late September.
Okay.
Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates Leo.
So we got one of those years of twin films this year. I recently saw the trailer for two new movies that are going to be coming out this year. One is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, starring Isaac. What's his name? Oh my God, why can't I think of Oscar Isaac as Dr. Frankenstein?
Mhm.
It looks pretty good. It looks like a typical Guillermo del Toro,
Is it
visual.
Frankenstein or Frankenstein?
It's Frankenstein, not Frankenstein. And I also saw the trailer for The Bride, which stars, oh my God, what's Batman's name? Christian Bale. Christian Bale as the monster. And it's directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. And it looks fucking bizarre. Hers is kind of like a modern take on it. It looks like it takes place in sort of like a 1930s, like gangster land kind of thing. But it's with the bride and Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. But the Guillermo del Toro one looks like the actual Frankenstein story, but in the typical Guillermo del Toro style. I also recently saw the movie Weapons, which has been out in theaters for a while. New
I heard that was
movie.
bizarre.
It is. It's actually a really good movie. It's got a 94% critic score and 85% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Stars Josh Brolin and Julia Garner, who played the Silver Surfer in the latest Fantastic Four film. I like the director, Zach Kreger. It's his second movie. His first movie was a movie called Barbarian, which was really, really good horror film. So this was his second effort. It was 2 hours and 4 minutes. I liked the first hour and 45 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes kind of disappointed me. But for majority of the film, I really liked it. It was a interesting mystery thriller horror kind of thing. But that's all I got this week. It was really kind of a slow week for movie updates.
Okay.
So Mike Anthony must try beer craft. I'm looking forward to hearing about this one because, as I said to you in pre-show, I only looked at the name of the beer, and I know I would drink it based on the name because I am good at picking out beers with weird names.
And this is definitely up Kevin's alley.
Okay.
That's another name because this is Unbalanced Breakfast by Great Notions, a decadent morning in a glass.
Sounds good.
Hailing from Portland, Oregon, Great Notion Brewing has built a reputation for pushing boundaries across beer styles. But their fruited sours are where imagination meets indulgence. Among them, Unbalanced Breakfast stands out as a liquid love letter to brunch. Imagine sipping on a blend that tastes uncannily like blueberry pancakes drenched in maple syrup, only this version comes with a buzz. Crafted with real blueberries and authentic maple syrup, the beer sweetness is artfully tempered by the addition of whole bean Mostra coffee, which lends a roasty depth and a velvety finish. A touch of lactose adds body and creaminess, making each sip feel like a rich dessert-like treat. Despite its name, Unbalanced Breakfast strikes a thoughtful harmony. The coffee's subtle bitterness balances the fruit-forward sweetness, while the sour base brings a gentle tartness that never veers into the harsh or funky territory, typical of some sour ales. It's bold, playful, and surprisingly refined, a breakfast beer that's anything but ordinary.
That actually sounds pretty good. I actually like the sound of that. I know Mike's not into it because he don't like blueberries.
Oh, blueberries from Mike.
But I like the idea of blueberry pancakes, real authentic syrup, coffee, a little bit of milk to make it kind of like a breakfast tasting beer. It sounds pretty good. I think I would try that. Unbalanced Breakfast. Let's see if we can find that somewhere. All right.
What's your thought? Because you're the breakfast beer drinker.
I would drink it.
No shit.
I've been talking to you guys for 20 minutes, and I just realized my mic was muted.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
All right. We're moving on to the main segment this evening. We're calling this one From Barf to Uncle Buck, a tribute to John Candy, a great Canadian film actor, comedian. Started out on SCTV, but we know him best for the movies that he did. Taken from us too soon. He was 44 years old when he died, but he left a plethora of fun material behind him, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But first,
Did he host SNL?
Did he host SNL?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, maybe you look it up while I'm playing my tribute video here. So we're going to look at a little quick 5-minute tribute video of John Candy's work.
Can I say something to all the people who thought I was a loser, Chuck? Bear!
Big Bear!
No! Truth! Out there!
We're glad you're home, honey.
Big Bear! Chase! Big Bear, chase!
What does he say?
What? Big Bear, chase me!
Yes.
It's Harry Crumb.
Oh, send him in. Crumb? You mean...
That's right, the Harry Crumb. I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
And I'm... Who wants an orange whip? Orange whip? Orange whip? 3 orange whips. Waitress! Waitress! What did he order?
Oh, he had a special.
That's what I ordered! Change my order to the soup!
Good move.
How drunk?
Who made the egg salad sandwiches?
50 of the neatest hits from 5 of the neatest guys. Yes, it's the 5 neat guys' neatest hits. Remember, let's have a party in my rec room.
Let's have a party in my rec room.
And on the same album,
I won't date just any girl around. 'Cause Patsy has the largest breasts in town.
yes, Patsy has the largest breasts in town. You'll also hear, should I kiss her goodnight? My mom framed my high school diploma, slow dance anyone, and she does it.
Good.
Mother Nature wasn't so kind to some of us.
Move it. Ooh, he touched me! I got my Christmas goose early. Yeah!
I'm sorry. See, I just got lucky in there with a girl. I didn't mean it like that. It's not what you're thinking. She does everybody in there.
Dixon, I saw your wife on television, too. Yeah, she sure is an ugly bitch. Thanks.
These Canadians ain't got a care in the world.
I'll tell you another thing. The beer sucks.
All I said was Canadian beer sucks.
Del, what are you doing here?
You said you were going home. What are you doing here?
I don't have a home. Polka. No? Twin Lakes polka. Damavuji polka, a.k.a. Kiss Me polka. Polka twist.
Well, these are songs.
Yeah, we sold about 623 copies of that.
In Chicago?
No, Sheboygan.
Where do you live?
In the city.
Do you have a house?
Apartment.
Own or rent?
Rent.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Where's your office?
I don't have one.
How come?
I don't need one.
Where's your wife?
Don't have one.
How come?
It's a long story.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
How come?
It's an even longer story.
Are you my dad's brother?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
38.
I don't think I want to know a 6-year-old who isn't a dreamer or a silly heart. And I sure don't want to know one who takes their student career seriously. I don't have a college degree. I don't even have a job. But I know a good kid when I see one. Because they're all good kids. Until dried-out, brain-dead skags like you drag them down and convince them they're no good. Hell, it doesn't matter if they come in 1st or 50th. Those guys have earned the right to represent their country. They've earned the right to march into that stadium and wave their nation's flag. That's the single greatest honor an athlete could ever have. Love is not a big enough word. It's not a big enough word for how I feel about my wife. You see, Humility 101. You all set?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Hiya, boys. Come on in. The water's fine. Let's get her back. Now. And arrest him. Well, sir, we were going to the bingo parlor. The YMCA? Well, one thing led to another, and the instructions got all fouled up there, and we ended up... Shut up. Okay, sure. I talk too much. I also listen too much. I could be a cold-hearted cynic like you. But I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.
I think I did pretty good with that. I got some of the clips from like movies I know the best, and some, like really poignant ones and stuff. I thought it came out pretty good. I did miss a few movies, but it's a lot to get in.
There's a lot.
There's a lot, and I was trying to keep it down to like a 5-minute clip. So I had to cut a few things out. Like I really wanted to put in the scene he's in JFK because I love that scene, but like there was just not enough time for like a 5-minute clip.
That seemed like a 5-minute clip itself.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing. Like I couldn't pick out one moment that I liked the best. Candy was one of Canada's greatest and funniest character actors, well known as the big-hearted buffoon, which earned him classic appearances in Uncle Buck, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, and other films. His career handed him some dry spells, but he always rebounded. Born in Newmarket, Ontario in 1950, Candy was the son of Evangeline and Sidney James Candy. His mother was of Ukrainian and Polish ancestry, and Candy found his passion for drama while attending community college. In 1971, he made his TV debut in an episode of a TV show called Police Surgeon. Candy then founded a number of bit parts in other Canadian TV shows and some small films such as Tunnel Vision and Find That Lady. However, his big success came at the age of 27 when he became part of the comedy group Second City in Toronto. Alongside soon-to-be Canadian stars Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy, Rick Moranis, and Harold Ramis, Candy was also part of the television show that the group inspired, SCTV, which came out in 1976. Earned Candy a reputation for his quirky humor and uncanny imitations of others. He also won 3 Emmy Awards for writing for the SCTV TV show, which I thought was pretty interesting. After TV, he appeared alongside fellow Canadians Dan Aykroyd and the Steven Spielberg flop 1941. However, other jobs followed, and Candy landed a role once again in the Blues Brothers. He then acted in Stripes, SCTV Network, Splash, and other films. Candy was well known for his size. He was 6'2" and weighed around 300 pounds. However, he was very sensitive about the subject, and in the 1990s tried to lose weight and quit smoking. He was aware that heart attacks were in his family history. Both his father and grandfather had died of them, and Candy wanted to prevent that happening to him as best he could. Candy was loved by thousands of people who loved his classic antics in many of his films and never forgot his Canadian background. He unfortunately died March 4th, 1994 at the age of 44. So that was just a little quick bio on John Candy. We're going to take a look now at his filmography. Let's see here. Wow. So he started back in 1973, did a lot of like TV shows, a few like smaller films, but
he did appear on SNL once.
He did appear on SNL once.
It was not a guest. He was just part.
Oh, wow. I thought, never as a host. That's amazing considering,
I thought let's say here. Candy also hosted SNL before landing himself the role in the Ron Howard film Splash.
Oh, okay. So it was like very early 80s then. I'll have to see on YouTube later if I can find any clips of him hosting SNL. It'd be interesting to see. So his first big break came in 1976 when he started the TV series SCTV, alongside Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, and others. That ran for 50 episodes between 1976 and 1979, before he then had a small role in a film called Lost and Found. His first big break was 1979 in the Steven Spielberg comedy film 1941, which not only was a flop, but was not a very good film. It was sort of a blemish in Spielberg's career as a director. He had a bit part in it as Private Foley. He then did a TV movie called Courage of Kavik the Wolf Dog, before getting a big break in 1980 in the hit film The Blues Brothers, first movie based on an SNL skit, and probably still to this day the best movie based on an SNL skit. He had a part in it as a police detective who was on the trail of the Blues Brothers. And this gave us that famous scene that Kevin got his drink from this evening. Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip. 3 orange whips. So stop me anytime you want. If there's any movies you want to talk about in particular or anything to say, whatever. I like the other scene in this movie where they're chasing after him. It's the big car chase scene at the end. And they fly off the cliff into the 40-footer, and he's like, "Hi, this is car. What car are we? 55. Oh, car 55. Yeah, we're in a truck." From there, he did a film called Double Negative. I never heard of.
Nope.
TV miniseries called Tales of Klondike in '81, and then his next big movie was 1981's Stripes, starring Bill Murray and Harold Ramis. What was this character's name in this film?
Stripes.
Ox. Yeah. This gave us the famous scene of John Candy mud wrestling.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Where does this rank on your John Candy pantheon?
Not that high. I mean, he wasn't the star. I think he was like a second tier star on that one.
He's not like the star in most of his movies though either. Like, it's not really till like the late 80s, early 90s where he got a few starring roles. He unfortunately passed away, I think, before he got, more. He had a few in the 80s, but it was like, a lot of times he was like a character actor somewhere in the film, but was so funny that he would often steal the movie.
Right. But it'd be hard to steal that movie with how many comedians.
With Ramis and Murray, and even had John Larroquette in the film and other people. Like, it was a pretty, but he's still pretty memorable in it as Ox.
Yeah.
Next, he does a voice of Desk Sergeant Harry Canyon in the cult classic animated film Heavy Metal. Again, another bit part.
Yep.
And then here he is on Saturday Night Live, 1981, uncredited as Juan Gavino. So it looks like the thing that you looked up, Kev, is what this is from. This is like it's uncredited, so I guess he was just like a background character in a scene or something.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I'll have to look that one up later, because that's interesting. They brought SCTV back in 1981 for 38 episodes between 81 and 83, but this time it was called SCTV Network. And then he ended up in National Lampoon's Vacation.
Very good part.
Anybody know the story behind that one?
No, how he got in it? No.
It was the easiest paycheck he ever had in his career. He did 1 day worth of filming and received $1 million for it.
Wow.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was replacing somebody who was supposed to be in the film and couldn't do it. And because he had to do it at the last minute, I can't remember who the director was, but the director was like, I'll give you what I was going to give that person. And so he made $1 million for this role just because it was like, he was coming in at the last minute. But hey,
Yeah.
I don't know too many people would turn that down.
No.
Then he does Going Berserk in 1983. I don't know that movie. Anybody familiar with that one?
It's not ringing any bells.
No, it's not ringing any bells.
Not at all. No.
It's got a 5.2 on IMDb, so I'm assuming it's not. It's not a well-known film anyway. I looked up Juan Gavino on YouTube, SNL Juan Gavino, and nothing came up. So I don't know if that video clip actually exists or not of him on SNL. 1984, I think this is his breakout role.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, the movie Splash. So again, this is a Tom Hanks film. John Candy plays his brother in the film. But for me, he is my favorite part of the movie. Anytime he's on screen, he's killing it. He's stealing it. Him and Eugene Levy are my two favorite.
That's what I was going to say. Eugene Levy was the one that sold it for me, but I enjoyed his role, and I liked the story I heard about him showing up for the racquetball scene. I was completely hungover, and they thought they'd have to reschedule and reshoot. And he goes, "Give me a shot." And he got it in the first take.
Do you know why he was hungover?
No.
The night before, he ran into Jack Nicholson in New York or wherever they were filming. I think it was it New York? No, it was Massachusetts, I believe. He ran into Nicholson, and Nicholson liked him from some of the other movies he was in. He was like, "Hey, come hang out with me." So he went out drinking with Jack Nicholson and never went to bed. He showed up on set the next day completely hammered. And like you said, Ron Howard asked him if he wanted to refilm it, and he said, "No, let's do this." So he did that whole scene hungover after a night of drinking with Jack Nicholson. I imagine in 1983 must have been a hell of a night. But yeah, like he and Eugene Levy are worth the price of admission for this movie. Like they steal the movie to me.
Yeah.
I love Splash. It's one of the ones I rewatched in preparation for this episode because it's just such a great movie, and he's so funny in it. Then he does a TV series called The New Show, never heard of. Lasts for 6 episodes. And then this is a weird one, and I forgot about this till I saw the IMDb filmography. He's in the music video for Ghostbusters, as are a lot of actors who had nothing to do with the movie. It's a lot of actors just popping up on the screen and mouthing the words Ghostbusters. And he's one of them. Now, there is a connection there because he was supposed to be in Ghostbusters. He was supposed to play the role of Louis Tully that Rick Moranis played. He even auditioned for it. He got the role. And then as he was reading for it, he told the director, "I don't think I'm right for this," Ivan Reitman, and said, "I think you should get somebody else." And he recommended Harold Ramis because he had worked with him on SCTV. Or not Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
And Rick Moranis got the job because of John Candy.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. And he does The Last Polka in 1985. Brewster's Millions. This is another good one.
Yes.
Another one where he's a supporting character, but he's just as funny.
Yes.
I actually had 2 scenes from this for my tribute video, but I only used one of them.
And then Kevin's favorite movies after that.
Let's do Brewster Millions first. So, the clip I had in the little 5-minute segment I made was him behind the plate. He plays the catcher on the minor league team. And he's like, "Yeah, I saw your wife last night. She's an ugly bitch." There's another scene where he's in the courthouse with Richard Pryor, and he's talking a mile a minute, and he's kind of throwing himself under the bus. And then at the end, he's like, "Your Honor, please strike all that from the record." So yeah, that's a funny one, Brewster Million. And then yes, Kevin's favorite movie, Follow That Bird.
How many times do you watch this with the little man?
I probably will. I have yet to get through the rest of Sesame Street. As you know, there are 55 seasons, 55 seasons of Sesame Street. So we're working our way through that first, because if you don't watch every episode, you're going to be lost. When you get to
it's a whole continuity thing.
I mean, there is continuity.
The whole continuity thing.
You know, where did this character come from? Why is it? You know.
Well, you gotta watch up till this, because Sesame Street lasted longer than after 1985.
Yeah,
that's true.
So, anyway, Follow That Bird. I saw this in the theater against my will. I always talk about how I used to trick my parents into taking me to see things, like they took me to see Weird Science. This is one of my sister's picks. So I was forced to go see it.
I just wanted to go back to, with the big, Sesame Street kept going on. Because if you go too far in Sesame Street and get to, Elmo, he's going to ask why isn't Elmo in the movie.
I would just like him to call me Dada. I mean, we'll worry about questions.
Let's get words first.
Let's get words first.
Let's learn language first before we ask about Elmo. Yeah, and then you could tell him Elmo wasn't in the film because his asking price was too high. That takes us to his first starring role in a movie, 1985, Summer Rental, a movie I hadn't seen in forever, and I rewatched earlier today.
Oh, geez, would you please tell her that they look great? Just go ahead and touch them.
Yeah, obligatory titty scene in the 80s movie. I rewatched it today, and I like the scene where like they first get to the house and he's watching the girl run down the beach in the bathing suit, and Joey Lawrence plays his son. He's standing next to him, and the son's watching the little woman run down too. And he looks at him and he goes, "What are you looking at?" And Joey Lawrence goes, "I'm not looking at anything, Dad." And he goes, "Neither am I." So, and then he had Richard Crenna in that film as as the bad guy, basically.
And John Larroquette again. Second film that he does with him. And the his daughter in the film is the actress from Goonies, the cheerleader. Green. Next film is one I had never heard of or seen until recently. Volunteers. So his second movie with Tom Hanks. Okay. I heard about this recently, and I'm like, I never heard of this film, but hey, I loved him in Splash with Tom Hanks. This should probably be just as good. I did not enjoy this movie. It was hard for an hour and a half film. It was hard to get through.
Oh,
he was funny in it, but I just didn't like the movie itself. He plays Tom Tuttle from Tacoma. He gets Manchurian Candidate brainwashed by some rebel army. It's a weird movie. Then he does a music video again, Northern Lights, Tears Are Not Enough, music video for Harmony, TV movie Dave Thomas, The Canadian Conspiracy, another TV movie, Big City Comedy Cocktail Party. I don't know what the hell that is. His next big movie is 1986, Armed and Dangerous, where he reunites with Eugene Levy,
Meg Ryan, and that pain in the ass guy from all the 80s movies. What am I thinking of?
I'm looking at this list. You got John Candy, Meg Ryan, Eugene Levy, Robert Loggia, Kenneth McMillan, Jonathan Banks, who went on to be in Breaking Bad. I don't know too many of these other actors that are in here.
No. I guess I must have had it mixed up with another one. The one that was the sergeant in Police Academy.
Oh, George W. Bailey. I think his name is something like W. Bailey. He's not in this film, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
This movie was a weird one. I remember seeing this in the theater too. This is the time we had a theater in Philly called the Colonial that used to show one movie at a time. And so, like, if you went, you were just seeing whatever movie was on the screen. And this happened to be playing at the time that I went. Fired cop and useless lawyer sign up as security guards and find that they've joined a corrupt union. A strange one. Strange movie. I don't think I've seen that one since I saw it in that theater. And then he does Really Weird Tales, another TV film. And then Little Shop of Horrors in 1986.
Little Shop of Horrors, Little Shop.
I don't remember him in Little Shop of Horrors.
No, I didn't remember him either. I'm thinking, was he like a radio host or something? Something that was not
Wink Wilkinson, was that the radio host name?
I don't remember.
I mean, maybe he wasn't on screen. Maybe it's just like his voice a little bit. I don't remember him much from Little Shop of Horrors. 1987 is next. He does Spaceballs.
A little independent film, you know.
Any of you guys seen that movie?
No, I don't think so.
I hope you've seen it since we did a whole episode on it last May for Star Wars Day. Spaceballs, the breakfast cereal.
The flamethrower.
Katie showed me something the other night. It was a license plate guard for the car, and it said Spaceballs, the license plate guard.
And he was the radio host.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I just
He's
saw
the radio
that.
host. There we go. Yeah.
I just brought that picture up too. Yeah.
Radio host and Little Shop of Horrors. Spaceballs, I want to say, so another like side character part, but I think this is the movie that made him the big star that he was for the rest of his career.
Oh yeah.
Because this movie was a major hit. He's great in it.
Yeah, I could carry 2 or 3 of these now.
Yeah, I know. I just watched this again. I've seen this movie a million times. I watched it anyway, and I'm like, I got to rewatch some John Candy films. Let me rewatch all the ones that I've seen a million times.
We ain't found shit. Oh,
we ain't found shit. I'm a Mog, half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. Trying to think of some other things he says in the movie.
Change mine to the special. Or to the suit.
No, I'm thinking of when she blows away all the guards with the machine gun, laser gun thing, and he's like, "Holy shit!"
That's pretty good for her.
That's pretty good for Rambo. But yeah, Spaceballs, I think, is the movie that kind of set him off. Because then after that, he gets Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
A movie till this day, I will argue he should have gotten an Oscar nomination for.
Yeah.
Those are not pillows.
But he's the heart and soul of the film. He's got the most tragic backstory that you don't find out till the end. He's got that great scene, couple scenes, but that great scene at the end that even Steve Martin had to be consoled after they were done filming it because he was so teary-eyed.
Oh, Leo, they don't give Academies to comedies.
Unless you're Marissa Tomei and My Cousin Vinny. But, I'm not saying give him the award. I've just meant saying he should at least gotten nominated for it because he's amazing in this movie. This is probably his best acting role, I would say, is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. He's next in She's Having a Baby, playing Chet from The Great Outdoors in an uncredited scene. What?
Well, they both came out in 1988.
Yeah, I don't know if I have to see that now. They kind of know that because I don't think I've ever seen She's Having a Baby. That's the one with the bacon.
Yeah.
Kevin, not the meat.
I bet you there was some meat in that.
Yeah, and then apparently he's real big in Sesame Street movies because he's now in Sesame Street. Put Down the Ducky from 1988.
That's a music video, not a movie.
It says TV movie.
I don't know if I'd really consider it a movie.
Put Down the Ducky.
Down the Ducky.
Down the Ducky.
Then in 1988, as Mike said, he's in The Great Outdoors, the movie I've probably seen the most of his whole filmography.
You twist the twist.
Maybe I'm just trying to heat the flu.
Oh, the rest of us out here, he's trying to heat the flu.
No, I mean, I could quote him too. I think some of the best lines are Dan Aykroyd's in the film too. It touched me. It's been touching you for 15 years. You never screamed before. Why did Chet's kids look at him like he's Zeus and my kids stare at me like I'm a rack of yard tools at Sears?
6 times. 66
times. In the head. Oh, it was a scene where Katie and I watched this again. I watch movies I've seen a million times, right? So Katie and I watched this the other night, and I like when he's trying to get the wife to have sex with him at the beginning, and he's like, "You could be Shalana, the woodswoman, and I will be Bert." Guy named Bert. Or I could be Smokey's cousin, Horny. Yeah, I must be. I like hot dogs. I was like lips and assholes. Who wants to go ride on Suck My Wake? I think we did a Great Outdoors episode, didn't we? I feel like we did one.
I don't know if we did one or not.
We should. I love the Great Outdoors. Next, he did Hot to Trot. I believe that's a movie with a talking horse.
Yeah,
He is the voice of the horse. Don the horse.
Yes.
That's Bobcat Goldthwait, I think, is the human.
Bobcat Goldthwait. He's the voice of the horse, and Dabney Coleman's in this film as well.
Well, Bobcat was just coming off being hot from
Police Academy. Yeah. So not a great movie.
No.
1989, Who's Harry Crumb, where he plays a private detective named
Harry Crumb.
Harry Crumb. Again, movie I saw when it came out. It's an okay film. I think it has a lower score on IMDb than it deserves, but
It's got Shawnee Smith in it, so
and Summer School, this movie.
Annie Potts was looking pretty hot in it too.
He does Speed Zone in 1989. In 1989, he also does Uncle Buck, a movie specifically written for him. Coming off of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is a John Hughes film. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was also John Hughes. So, John Hughes saw the talent there, saw the heart and the warmth, and said, let me write a movie specifically for you. And this is probably his most famous role, like starring role, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite of his, but it's definitely one that, when you think of John Candy, Uncle Buck comes up.
Yeah, because it's like he was the force to that movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's his film. It was specifically written for him. It also introduced us to Macaulay Culkin. So then he did a couple more TV films, Masters of Menace, and then Home Alone in 1990, which now Macaulay Culkin is the star, and he has the cameo role in it as the Polka King of Sheboygan. A movie he got paid $487 to do. Opposite of Vacation. He only did, I think he filmed for something like half a day or something like that. So he only took the price of the plane ticket or something like that. That's why he got paid like that. But that's the kind of guy he was, He was helping out his friend John Hughes.
Yep.
Gus Polinski, the Polka King. Then he does the voice of Wilbur in The Rescuers Down Under in 1990.
Everybody has to do a Disney film at some point.
Everybody has to do Disney film at some point.
It's like in their, SAG contract.
Oh, God. Then he does Nothing But Trouble in 1991. Anybody see this film?
Yes. Dan Aykroyd, Demi Moore,
Chevy Chase.
Yes.
John Candy playing a man and a woman in the film.
It was terrifying.
It is terrible. This movie is a shit show. I actually almost did this as a film that time forgot at some point because I think about it every now and then because I do see it on Tubi and stuff once in a while, and I'm like, do I want to watch this again? Is it as bad as I remember it being? And yes, it's as bad as I remember.
When you got Slick Rick the Ruler in it, come on.
Well, what's cool about this film? A little piece of trivia. Digital Underground appears in the film.
Yes.
They were real big at the time because they did the Humpty Dance song.
Yep.
And at the time, one of the background rappers is Tupac Shakur, who is in this movie as a background rapper for Digital Underground. Definitely a low point in Tupac's career. There's a documentary about the making of this film.
This got Tupac into poetic justice.
Yeah. He was like, I can act better in this.
Hey,
so
that movie did win
a Razzie. Yeah. I think it won multiple Razzies.
No, 1992 winner, Worst Supporting Actor, Dan Aykroyd. It was nominated for Worst Supporting Actress, John Candy.
Because he plays the woman in the film. He plays 3 characters in the movie.
And he got nominated for Worst Director, Dan Aykroyd. Yes.
There is actually a documentary about the making of this film and how much of a shit show it was. And a lot of it has to do with Dan Aykroyd being out of his mind while trying to film this.
So,
this is the height of cocaine, Dan Aykroyd.
So, he got 5 nominations for Razzies and won.
Yeah, it is a weird movie. Then in 1991, he's in an uncredited role in Career Opportunities. I don't remember that.
No.
It's hard not to focus on anything but Jennifer Connelly riding the little horsey ride. I'll have to rewatch that, for research.
Of course. Research.
1991, he does Only the Lonely, another film. I think this is a film that time forgot. It's a good movie.
This is a good movie. Him and Maureen O'Hara and Ali Sheedy. just a good Irish mother guilt trip movie.
Yeah, exactly. And that clip that I had in the 5-minute thing of him coming out and going, "Yes, I just got lucky," is from Only the Lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie. It's actually on, I want to say it's either on Amazon Prime or on Pluto TV or something right now. So I definitely want to rewatch that at some point.
You can buy a rent on Amazon, so it's got to be like on Pluto or something.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to rewatch that one. It's a really good one. He does Delirious in 1991. In this movie, he plays a writer, I believe, like a mystery writer or something. Soap opera writer, and he ends up like in his own script.
Yeah.
Acting out the
he's a character and he can write whatever's going to happen to his life. It's
like Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction, yeah.
He does Boris and Natasha, a TV movie. And then in 1991, he has a bit part in the ensemble pick JFK, directed by Oliver Stone, starring Kevin Costner. Yes. He plays Dean Andrews, who is a lawyer, kind of a scummy New Orleans Creole talking lawyer. He is amazing in the 10 minutes that he's in this film. And it kind of gives you a glimpse of what John Candy could have been like as a dramatic actor. And it's sad he never really got a chance to stretch that out anywhere else, because he's really, really good in this little part that he has. Once Upon a Crime, 1992. Camp Candy, 1992. That was a animated TV series.
Based on him.
Based on him. That did not last very long. Mm-hmm. He is in Rookie of the Year, 1993, playing Cliff Murdoch, the announcer for the Chicago Cubs. He returns to Disney in 1993 with Cool Runnings.
Based on a true story.
Based on a true story. I like this movie.
I did. I saw this one in the theaters.
I don't think I saw this one in the theaters, but I do remember like watching it when it first like played on cable, and I've seen it a few times since then. It's a cute movie. He's really good in it.
Whatever happened to Dougie Doug?
I don't know. Whatever happened. We'll do Dougie Doug's filmography on the next episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we can find out. And then, unfortunately, he passed away in 1994. So his last 3 movies, he has an uncredited role in a TV film called Hostage for a Day. His last 2 major motion pictures are stinkers, and it's a shame that his career ended on these. You have Wagons East and Canadian Bacon.
Yeah.
Now, the weird thing about this is Canadian Bacon was filmed first, but released last. So technically, the last film he filmed was Wagons East, and neither one is a really good movie.
No.
Well, they were really worried about political, sensitivity with Canadian Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
95. Well, yeah.
About hurting the Canadians' feelings.
That's right.
He is Canadian.
Canada.
Yeah, he is. He's, and you could tell, like, if you've seen these films, like, he doesn't look himself in the films. He looks kind of tired. And I know at the time he was trying to lose weight. He had quit smoking. He was doing like all these things to try to like extend his life, and it didn't really matter anyway in the end, which is sad. And he doesn't look great in those movies.
Wow.
Now, according to Rotten Tomatoes, these are the top movies in his filmography. Number 1, National Lampoon's Vacation at 94%. He's in 10 minutes of that film. I don't know if that should count.
No.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles at number 2 at 93. Sesame Street's Follow That Bird, number 3 at 92%. Splash at number 4 at 91%. Little Shop of Horrors at 5, 91%. Stripes at 6, 88%. JFK, 85%. Rescuers Down Under, 85%. The Silent Partners, 78%, 1978. Cool Runnings is number 9 on the list, 1993, 76. And then number 10 on the list, The Blues Brothers. It's weird because Home Alone is low on the list. Man, Home Alone's got a 66% critic score. I'm really surprised by that.
It's an okay movie. It gets a lot more credit than it's worth.
Only the Lonely's got 65%. That's kind of lower on the list. Spaceballs, 52%. That does not shock me that critics hated it. Got an 83% audience score, though. So, Yeah. Great Outdoors. The Great Outdoors, 40% critic score, 71% audience score. And then it just goes lower and lower from there. His worst rated film is Canadian Bacon has 15%, Nothing But Trouble 15%, Armed and Dangerous 9%, and Wagons East, the last film he actually made, 0% critic score, 34% audience score.
Wow.
That is not the way to go out.
Hey, Lee,
So
can you
that was
watch
the
this?
filmography of John Candy. So I'm going to ask this now. What are your personal favorites?
Hey, Lee.
Yeah.
I need 5.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So let's talk about our personal favorites. I have my list ready here. I don't know if you guys have a list going here. For me, I went with the movies that I have seen the most, even if he wasn't a star in them, just had like a bit part or whatever. The movies that I've seen the most, that I watch all the time, and in no like particular order, like these are just my favorites. I went with The Great Outdoors, which is probably the one I've seen the most. Spaceballs, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep.
Splash, and The Blues Brothers.
I can't argue that list at all.
Based on the fact that these are the ones I've seen the most. Like, I mean, if there's other ones that you guys have on your list, it's your list. So
my list would go Great Outdoors, Spaceballs, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Cool Runnings.
Okay.
And Splash.
Yeah. Okay. And Kev, is yours any different?
A lot of similarities. The Great Outdoors for one, Spaceballs as another, Splash. Just because it taught me how to look up skirts. Just kidding.
Bocce balls.
I think Cool Runnings as well, because it was a different role for him. And naturally Follow That Bird.
Yeah. I was going to say, I want to throw like Stripes in there too, is one that I've seen a few times, even though he's not, the star of that one and all that. And honorable mention to Nothing But Trouble.
Actually, I meant to say Summer Rental.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Summer Rental's a really good one too. Like I just rewatched that today. I have not seen that in a long time. And I was like thinking of like movies I haven't seen in a long time. And I was going to watch Haunted Honeymoon. So I'm like, oh, he's great in that. And then I was like, oh, wait. It's fucking Dom DeLuise. That's not John Candy. I got my John Candy and Drag confused with Nothing But Trouble and Honeymoon.
I love that movie.
I know you did it on Film Films that Time Forgot.
Yeah.
Any beer history or trivia this evening, Mike?
Here's a beer history. Second. Yep. Where's my mouse? There it is.
In what is now modern day Germany.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just figured out. Scroll in the middle of it. And what is now modern day Germany, Roman expansion brought them into contact with Celtic tribes and further north with Germanic people who had migrated westward from Asia following the Celts. Unlike the literate and unurbanized Romans, these northern tribes were largely oral cultures, yet they developed notable skills in brewing beer. Over time, the nomadic Germanic groups displaced the Celts, pushing them across the English Channel to Britain. By the 6th and 7th century CE, the Germanic tribes, along with assimilated Celtic populations, had established patchwork of influential city-states across Western Europe. Meanwhile, Slavic tribes settled in the eastern regions, forming their own distinct communities. The collapse of the Western Roman Empire in 467 CE, marked by the abdication of the final emperor, said, what the fuck did I put in here? I missed something.
It's a lot of history and not a lot of beer.
Not a lot of beer. Yeah, there's supposed to be more beer in here. Something got out. Monasteries became the center of learning and preservation of classic knowledge to support their communities, offering refuge to travelers. Monks began brewing beer, laying the groundwork for a tradition that would endure for centuries. I don't know what happened to that.
That's okay. If there's one running theme with all of your beer trivia over the episodes that we've been doing this, is that beer has been very important throughout history. We have a cinema quote of the week.
I was really hoping Mike would talk about the emergence of Roman Catholicism.
The Holy Roman Empire was neither Holy Roman nor an empire. Discuss.
The cinema quote of the week is, I don't watch my movies. I just get too critical of myself. John Candy. And I've heard that from many actors, many actors. They don't even want to watch what they've done because,
Yeah.
you know.
I was going to say, I've heard that too from I know Chris Walken's never watched any of his movies. I think Meryl Streep's one who says she doesn't watch her films. And I said, it's weird. Like, if I were an actor and I was in a lot of really popular movies, I'd fucking watch myself all the time because I have that kind of ego.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to our podcast all the time. We record it.
Look, I get that because I quit listening to our podcast because I start getting critical about every little thing I hear on there.
Well, I have to listen to the podcast because I edit it. I have to make sure I did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, afterwards, would you publish it? That's what I would listen.
I will go back and listen to old ones once in a while just to kind of if there's something I need to I'm trying to remember and I can't, I'll listen to an old one just to kind of remind myself about something. But yeah, I haven't really listened to too many of them over and over again. But you listeners out there, listen to them as many times as you want.
Yeah, please do.
Please, yes.
Kevin, how is your orange whip?
Orange whip, a good drink. I would definitely make it again, but it's not one that you can run downstairs and grab another really quick. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Good. Mike, how was your peach?
Delicious. It's empty.
I was telling Kevin while we took that quick little break a little while ago that I haven't had gin and Sprite in a while, and I've been enjoying it so much that I'm on glass number 6.
Oh, Jesus.
And I feel really good right now. I still got to teach tomorrow, so, it should go well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight for episode 211 from Barf. From Barf to Uncle Buck, the tribute to John Candy. We hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit our link tree at linktree.com/filmsandfermentation to find all of our social media podcast links. You can watch us on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku, on YouTube, and on Rumble. You can subscribe to our Substack, or you can support us at patreon.com/filmsandfermentation. Text us at 904-867-4466. And don't forget to stop by the crossroads between Pickled and Fermented next time around for episode 212, Pumpkins, Plaid, and Popcorn, the ultimate fall movie watch list, which will be our next episode. Fall. For the first time in a long time, we have all of our next few episodes planned out. So we are going to be doing a fall movie watch list next week. The week after that, we're going to be doing something new called Sequel Wars, where we'll be looking at an original film and its sequel and discussing which one's better. We'll let you know what movie we chose when we get close to that episode. And then join us at the end of the month for our Halloween episode, a horror movie draft.
No.
Mike has created for us that we'll be doing. Horror movie bracket that Mike has created for us. That should be a fun episode. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
This has been the Films and Fermentation Podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.